it there.
Shortly, you will be meeting your first employee, Tom Simpkins, the scribe. May he serve you well. Now, I must bid you farewell, Matthew. I ride on today to find support for our cause.
Alright, so we have a employee, a
Sir
scribe.
William often spoke of our cause. In truth, with the king dead or fled abroad, I know not the purpose of our fight. 3 weeks ago I was Sir William's page, and yet now there are so few left that the royal champion can trust that I find myself here, in command of my own estate.
We need wood and stone, place saw pits close to trees, place stone quarry, and ox tether. Make sure you have enough peasants available. Keep is where we, our lord resides. Stockpile, pretty basic stuff. Granary, I'll show you this in real time. Saw pit, ox tether, etc. Hunting, sheep, cloth, wall. So they give us quite a barrage of information here, and I'm not going to go through it all. We'll learn as we go.
You need to place a stockpile, my liege.
Okay, so the first thing you do in most of these games is you post a stockpile. I'm going to put this one right about
Cite
here.
your granary, sire.
And the granary, let's put it over here, and then I'm going to do about four of these guys. Yeah, I can't afford that anyway.
People are coming to the castle.
So there's our saw pits. We don't have any options for gathering food yet, so we're just going to have to live off of the apples that we started with here.
Our granary stocks are growing,
fine.
sire.
Gosh, I don't even know how to tell how many are in there. We can increase or decrease the rate of consumption, though.
Well, if it is not young Matthew Steele, I do believe you have grown since we last
I'm going
met.
to turn up the speed a little bit here. It max out the speed, basically. Okay. So this monk just said hi, I guess. So the whole point of this mission is to kind of ease you into industry and some basic things about the game. So the first part of it is this wood. The monks are auto-collecting this wood to repair the bridge, but we need stone like they said. So one of my priorities here, by the way, I have 4 guys just chilling at the campfire. And priority is going to be getting stone because that takes a while. So as I recall, I don't remember how many people work in the stone quarry, but it looks like 3 work in the
Your
stone quarry. One
popularity
works
is rising.
as a ox cart driver, so we are now out of people. The solution for that is to build a hut, a little hovel, and they'll start coming out, and as long as your happiness is okay, they'll
You do well,
come
Master
out.
Steele. But please hurry. The brothers are late for an important mission. There is a holy relic they must recover.
So obviously I built a couple more ox tethers there just to speed up stone production. I'm going to do one more wood production too. I don't need it right now, but I think it'll come in handy later because A, it'll help clear this forest, which will give me more space, but more importantly, as I recall from playing around a little bit, what happens is each time you complete a phase of this mission, it takes away all your stockpiled wood. So this is good to make sure you always have a supply of wood coming in. The danger, of course, is if you fill your stockpile up with wood, you're gonna have to find a way to get rid of it. To make room for other resources, that is. Okay, so now we have some stone, so the monk should be able to come over and start using the stone. The second ox is loading up on stone. Let's watch this animation. It's kind of cool. You got the one guy who locks in the stone. You got the one guy who uses the pulley and winch to lift it onto the thing. You get the other guy who carves it into these blocks very quickly. Okay. So this bridge is 50% complete. We've got 6 units of stone coming in, 7% each. So we just need maybe 2 more, maybe 1 more even, if it's rounded. So we should be in good shape. And we've still got 5 guys around the campfire. I think it's probably going to have us do food next, so. I like how they take 6 stone even though they really only need at most 2. So that's a waste, but it's okay. Okay, 100%. And we get this army of monks coming down. There's 2 kinds of monks in this game. You got the ones with the sword and the shield with no armor, and you got the one with the staff and no armor. So, as wimpy as that seems, they're actually fairly good fighters. Now we have a little army, and that's just the... Well, actually, it looks like they're moving past me.
Thank you, young Matthew. With the bridge repaired, the brothers can begin their quest, and I can get back to my duties.
Okay, he's walking pretty slow there.
And here are the sheep I promised.
Thank you, Friar Jacob. I shall send word to Sir William.
Okay, he's giving me some of
Great.
his sheep.
What am I to do with sheep? Give them each a sword and send them forth into battle?
What is it, Barclay?
Someone infiltrated my castle. I thought you had better know.
Who was it?
There were two of them. The youngest one I did not recognize, but the other...
Well, who was the other?
From a distance, it was you, Devereaux.
How interesting.
I have had them tracked down. I thought you could deal with them.
Well, I could. But why not give our friend Olaf another big bag of gold?
Great idea.
I think
So,
the sound might not
my
be
brother
synced up
still
well
lives.
with the animation there. Okay, so this guy has a father who was apparently the other character that we met or something. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out.
I
Next
see you
mission.
have settled in well, Master Steele. Now, if you find yourself short on food, there is a meadow close to our monastery ideal for rabbit hunting. You are most welcome to eat all you can, as personally, I find them quite a pest.
Thank you, Friar. I shall commission some hunters. A message came from Sir William. He's negotiating with Flemish traders for a
Wants us to
company of
acquire
archers.
15
The
cloth.
people of Flanders suffer a notoriously harsh winter and find themselves in need of cloth which I am to provide. Sir William has requested that I start cloth production immediately.
Okay, so just so you guys know, let me show you something real quick.
Game saved.
If I quit this and I go to the war campaign, there's different chapters, and that's how they divide them, but each chapter has several phases. So if I load this, I think we're in chapter 2, I think. But I just wanted to let you know that even though we seem to have succeeded in the mission just now, by the way, I'm a Duke. I don't know why I'm a Duke already, but whatever. Okay, so mission objectives. This is the second part of this, but the same tutorial applies to this one as it did to the last one, so it tells you a little bit about. So we can now do sheep and wool, and we can also do food finally. So the first thing I'm going to do is put these 5 guys on food. Okay, and I'm going to build a new house. And then I'm going to really do some pretty strong sheep production here. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna do a 4th eventually, probably. But as you can see, this is why we have 5 woodcutters. I have 2 more guys. I can at least do 1 more of each. So that should lead to some pretty good. Now it's gonna take a while for these sheep to get up and running. No, I don't want to do that. Sorry. That is one way you can get rid of excess wood, though, in a mission where you don't have the ability to sell it. You can just build random buildings and tear them down right away. You know, you get I think a very minimal refund on resources spent. It's like, I don't know, some percentage of what the actual cost of the building was. I'm not really sure if there's a use for that stone anymore, but we'll see. These guys should be more than enough to keep my 2 huts plus so you start out with 8, and each hut after that gives you 8. So 3 times 8 is 24 people. And I would say you probably, for hunting lodges, I would say 1 per 8 people is probably about right. Maybe even 1.5 per. So I've got the source of food right next to the hunting lodge. So every few minutes another flock of birds flies over and they just keep shooting them and putting them in here. It's a very efficient food source actually. I could safely place this third hut and get some people going out here. And as you can see, they're starting. So let me explain the cloth. The sheep farm, you put down, a shepherd comes out, they start putting sheep in the fields and stuff, and eventually when there's enough of them after they populate, they bring them back and they shear their wool. Put the wool in the stockpile, the weavers come out, grab the wool, turn it into cloth. And I could use another weaver.
There is word from Sir William.
Because there's extra cloth.
Matthew,
wool.
you must make haste with your cloth production. Flemish trading ships have sighted a longboat belonging to Olaf Grimtooth, the Viking warlord. It will do our cause no favour to have his berserkers running riot.
Okay, so this 5 cloth for 4 sheep farms. We'll see how that balances out. If I run out of wool, I might
Olaf is heading
add
your
another
way,
sheep farm.
and the Flemish have yet to dispatch their archers. I will shortly send you a constable to give you military guidance, but please hurry.
We are doomed. No one can stop Olaf. His bloodthirsty berserkers are fearless. We are no match for them. That is the last of the cloth. I hope Sir William has a plan, as we have left ourselves defenseless.
So you'll see, look at all this wood. We've
I'm
got
sure Sir William will soon arrive with reinforcements.
9, 10, like 10 stacks of wood.
A traveling storyteller has arrived.
Once upon a time, the king held the most grand of feasts. He invited lords and ladies from throughout the kingdom to gather in one of his great halls. The cooks and servants worked well to see the feast was ready on time, so were too busy to see the traitor in their midst. The guests arrived and marveled at the delicacies on the table.
5 years ago today, hostilities in our great nation ended. I have summoned you here to pay homage to our fallen heroes and to usher in a new era of peace. Raise your glasses with me in a toast to a new beginning.
The king is poisoned! Apothecary!
Knowing his life hung by a thread, the king summoned Sir William to his side.
Your Majesty, I shall watch our borders most carefully.
And that is the story of how the king was poisoned.
Okay, so not entirely sure how that's relevant.
That is a castle! This is going to be one of the easiest battles you bloodhounds have ever fought. You do not need me here. I will wait further down the coast.
I remember when Olaf raided our country last. He left only destruction in his wake. This man butchered many families, and I'm determined that my people will not suffer the same fate. William's constables arrived, and at last I will have some men to command.
Okay, so we are finally getting into the military part of the military campaign. Okay, money. We need money, several pole turners, and wooden wall to defend. Okay. So I'm actually going to turn the speed down a little here. Okay. So as you can see, they took almost all of my resources, but they did leave us with some basic starting. But that's why we have 5. I mean, it's easy to build that back up. Okay, so this mission we need to build weapons, and we need to put the weapons in this thing called an armory.
Begging your pardon, my liege, but I have taken the liberty of setting up a trade agreement with a local merchant. We can now sell any cloth we produce directly to him.
So we need a barracks as well. They give you exactly enough stone for the barracks. There. So what you want to do is you want to put the weapon facilities near this armory, but also near the stockpile. So we do 3 to begin with, and we still have a few people left over. We also need to build this market. This is under the industries tab. Move here. Here we can sell our cloth, and that's the only purpose of the cloth in this mission, is to be sold. We really don't need that stone, actually. Not at all. But it's okay. Importantly, when we recruit our soldiers, we need a weapon and we need a peasant. So I'm going to create one more house. And make sure that we have enough food. We should be fine on food. I've got like 100 posts per house. So I'm going to do one more pole turner's workshop. You don't need this many, but it's probably not a bad idea. The key is you need to have a robust cloth industry to support your army financially. Each one of these costs 8 gold. But you would simply go like this, you can click on those. You can also recruit peasants for 5, they have no weapons, they're horrible.
Yes, Lord!
But you can do that if you want to supplement your ranks. They've got this countdown timer, so, you know, it'll be a minute before they actually attack you. You can also build wooden walls and stuff for defense. I don't really think we need to do this, but well, we're bored while we're waiting, might as well. This is one of the fun parts about the game, is this sort of castle design element. So as you can see, I'm kind of using my keep as part of the wall, and I'm using the forest as well. And it's kind of making a round little area here.
Matthew, we wish to help, but are being attacked by dangerous bears. If you can get rid of them, we will happily help guard the road to the east.
Villagers have seen bears roaming free, my lord. It is most distressing for them.
I could keep going with this, actually. I probably need to cut some trees over here. So, let me, they told me something about bears.
You do not have enough gold to train this unit.
Nope, we're running out of gold already. So we've got 13. So let's go ahead and kill this bear. 13 should be fine for that. You don't want to wait on this bear mission either. This particular mission, as I recall, you can run out of time fairly quickly. So okay, it looks like we got that tree down. So let's see if we can continue this wall. Not yet. I'll continue it anyway, like that. I'm obviously not attending to my troops who are attacking that bear, but, you know, now we have a little bit of a security zone around this area. You know, not perfect probably, but...
What's our mission?
We did lose one guy there.
Weapons needed, sire.
Some of our fighting monks are on the way as promised.
Oh, we got all 3 of them. I thought we only got
Where's
2.
the enemy?
It's like the guys
That's about
automatically
no
killed the other one.
mistake.
You can push spacebar and you can get an eagle eye view of everything. And I'm just going to do that here. I think what I'm just going to do for the sake of completing is just that. It's a little uneven, but whatever. Now you want to build these little guys. These are stair platforms, little places for you guys to climb up to the wall and stand. They're sort of the palisade equivalent of a tower, I guess. They're just a really crappy one because all you do is just stand on top of the wall, and you can, I mean, if you had archers, it would be one thing, but I don't even have archers, so they're kind of pointless. But we have a pretty big army now, so turn the speed back up. we've got a very large army. For relative to this stage in the game. And we're still producing these pikes, still producing this wool. We've still got wood and stone production. I worry about these tree people filling off this tree line because obviously that would be a
Can't place that
vulnerability.
there, my lord.
So I'm going to move the tree production down to here. I might just shore up this tree line a little bit with walls. There we go. Okay, so now we have a fairly well defended, and if I did have archers, obviously I'd put them up along these little platforms, but unfortunately we don't have archers, so... As I recall, the opponent in this mission attacks twice, once a little bit before the end and once at the end. So I'm just selling cloth and making
Weapons
spears.
needed, sire.
My lord,
Put my army right about here.
forward.
I think that's kind of where
The
they
Lord
attack.
is my master.
Put the monks in the keep just as a fallback, you know, in case the enemy does break through. They'll protect the Lord who's up here. Lord Joseph.
Weapons needed, sire.
Men at
You
arms.
can put your guys on the
ready.
barracks. It's kind of a little tower platform. Again, best for archers, but sure. I mean, maybe we'll have some fun with this.
New
Put, like,
orders.
people on the walls.
Men at arms on the walls.
They probably won't
Men at
participate in the
arms
fight
on the
that is to come,
walls.
but looks cool.
To battle. Orders. Men at arms on the walls. I'm an army
So
of
this is mostly
one.
cosmetic.
I'm
know,
being all I can be. We're
Just,
confused.
Making it seem like my castle walls are
I
defended, you know?
am confused. I'm confused. I'm very confused. I'm confused.
Okay, and you don't need anywhere
What
close
is
to this many
going on?
pikemen or spearmen for this mission, but
Here they come!
got plenty, and now they're all along the walls too. They attack from here, so
What's going on? Keep ranks.
the only thing to watch out for is they do have the ability to destroy your industries. Okay, this one got through already. I didn't even notice.
For our Lord! Moving! Out?
Okay,
It'll be
so-
okay, lads. Hey, what's going on?
What you want to do in the meantime is repair the damage, so... Oh, he's back. Okay, he's gone. So just repair the little damage areas there. And the fowl have seeped their way in. Oh well, I'll live with it. Okay, so we're just gonna keep
You
supplementing
do not
as
have
money.
enough gold to train this unit.
All those. And we're getting close to the final invasion, so this mission is soon to be over.
Weapons needed, sire.
Yes, liege!
Okay, so
Spears! Up!
I'm not even gonna put people back on the walls. We could just create a distraction last time. But yeah, should be in good shape to fight off this invasion. So
What's our mission?
Boy, there's a lot of noise from those dogs getting those pheasants or whatever.
Where's the enemy?
There we go. Repaired this wall finally. I think I actually blocked access to it accidentally. Oh no, we're still good. Okay, so they're about to attack.
Weapons needed, sire.
Ready, sire. Remember your training. My lord, men-at-arms, ready.
Okay, here they
Stay
come.
close.
I'm just gonna meet them in the field here.
Men-at-arms, forward.
They're here!
Again, I just have overwhelming military
We're the
force,
best
so
of the
they're not gonna
best.
stand a chance.
They are running, sire! The day is ours!
Sir William has sent us
Okay.
a message.
I pray you are alive to read this. There is a new ally in our midst, but I need your aid most swiftly. Choose a few good men and march out to meet me. The rider I have sent knows the way.
Okay, so that's gonna do it for this actual chapter. The next one is a whole nother
It
one. We'll
seems
do that
I'm going to
next
get
time.
my first taste of siege warfare. I've taken my strongest men and followed the guide, who's led us to a castle with William's men encamped outside it.
So we'll go ahead and start this mission next time. But this is going to do it for this episode. Thanks for watching the first chapter. We'll see you next time on Let's Play Stronghold 2.